Hello, day 12. Gosh, we're about like halfway through bingo, Barnacle bingo. So welcome everyone. Bonnie back to draw today's stitch. I'm just gonna see if anybody hops on to join me. It is absolutely gorgeous today. Can't wait to get outside. Anybody there? I'm gonna tie my hair up. Get ready for business. Hi, Laura. Thanks for coming. I think you're the first one to join me. Might be a one-on-one session today, Laura. I'm just tying up my hair so I can get down to some stitching business. Hi, Hannah. Oh, I was just talking to Hannah before. I was having a little bit of some tech issues before. I don't know why. Tech hates me sometimes. It's great to have it. It makes things convenient. Hello. But it's also a little frustrating sometimes. And like when, and I'm married to a tech guy, so, like when you're having a problem with your computer at work and you call IT to come in and help you, and then, they sit down and like, well, tell me what happened, and then you tell them what happened, and then it just won't happen again, and then it just makes you look like a fool because it seems to only not work for you. I hate that. It's the worst. Hi, Tia. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started, because I'm anxious to see what we have today. Let's see. Let me see what we get. Is it gonna be a border stitch for somebody? Oh, okay. This is a fun one. Ribbed spiderweb. Oh, it should be next. Oh, if somebody stitches the star stitch next to it, you can make it like the little spider is coming down from the ribbed spider web. That would be fun. Okay, let's set that aside. And I'll grab my notes for that. And turn the camera around. And today I'm going to make sure I get my phone. Hi, Marilyn. Just in the right spot. Last night I realized it was a little bit that way, and it was partially covered, so I gotta make sure I get in the right spot today. I was off my game last night. Okay. Oh yeah, right, Hannah? It's like the men, they come in and then they like, oh, let me see, and then they just look at it and somehow miraculously fixed, and you're like, so mad. It's so annoying. Okay, so today is the ribbed spiderweb. Alrighty, let's see. Let's find it on our sample bingo boards. Okay, so here are two examples of the ribbed spiderweb. All right, so if you know how to do it, you can go ahead and stitch it up at your leisure, I don't know. Sometimes I say leisure, sometimes I say leisure. Depends on if I'm feeling fancy, I guess. But anyway, so let's see. If you have it in a box with a lot of colors, then you might find it easier to make it like to fit within the actual color shape. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, you could try doing it like this, where it splits and it goes off into another color. This is kind of a fun way to do it, but it's also, you have to think about it a little differently, because as I said in one of the other stitches, it just gets like the stitches get interrupted. So you have to sort of think about how the actual composition of the stitch and how to build it. So that's basically it. You can either fit it within the color shape. It helps to draw your spokes in and maybe start with a little bit of a circle and then draw your spokes in. This can be done with either even or odd number of spokes, okay? So let me see. What else have we got? I'm going to make one in this here, on this sample here. And you can use, if you have a circle template, you can use a circle template or like a quarter or some other coin if you'd like. So I'm going to draw I guess I'll draw it here. I'm going to draw a circle here. That's my wonky circle. Oh, that's a terrible circle. But anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to make a few spokes. So I think I'm going to do 3 lines there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spokes, okay? All right. And where is it on this one? Okay, it's there. So I think I will use I think I'll use the green. No, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to use the pink. All right, so I'm going to start with 6 strands. Yeah, this is a full strand. And I'm going to create the spokes. Now, there's a few different ways you can do it. We've seen it so that the spokes are done almost like a ermine stitch, I guess, in a way, where you go like here, then here, then here, then here, and then the center isn't actually attached. So apparently you can do it like that. And that might work for something like if you were mending something and there was a hole there that you were trying to cover up. But for these purposes, I think if you don't have a hole in the center, it may give you a little more stability if you do go ahead and have your spokes go into the center. So what I'm going to do is start from the outside of the circle and then go down into the center for each of the spokes. And what that will do is make it a little bit easier for you to find the center every time instead of starting your spokes from the center each time and working out and coming back up from the center because you're coming from the back. So if you do it so that you're coming out from the end of the spoke and down to the center, it's just easier to find that center each time. Okay, so I'm going to work my way around. Happy Friday, everyone. I said last night that we started our weekend a little early because our kids are on an extended weekend for their February break. But for a lot of you might just be starting your weekend after today, right? So happy weekend. Oh my goodness, I'm all tangled. Yikes. Get over there, cactus. Okay, so let's come over here and just work our way around. And you could weave it with different colors, contrast color, or even change colors along the way. So play around with it, have some fun. This is something that can be used for any kind of circular element. Adds a lot of texture. Ooh, something doesn't feel okay. Can be used for flowers. So it's a fun stitch. So today I'm using the Bohin 22 chenille needle because I'm using the full 6 strands, but you can use whatever needle accommodates your thread or however many strands of thread you want to use. Right, so there are my spokes. So that's the foundation of the stitch. So again, the composition of this stitch is that you have spoked straight stitches and then you have a woven spiral that starts from the center and then wraps under and around each spoke as it works its way around from the center out. Okay, so that's what it looks like in the back. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up close to the center, but not in the same hole that I just went back down in. So I'm going to come up in between one of these spokes and I'm going to start weaving. So I came up over here and then I like to weave using the eye end, just a little bit easier to get it under the thread. So go under the spoke. I'm going clockwise. I wonder if the lefties may find it easier to go counterclockwise, but I'm going to weave in this direction. So I'm going to go under, and then I'm going to go under again, the same spoke, but as I come back, I'm actually going under the next spoke as well, okay? All right, so what that does is it wraps your thread around this spoke, right? So I just went under this one. I'm going to go under again so that it wraps around it. And as I go under it, I'm also sliding the needle under the next one, the next spoke. And then I just kind of keep turning my hoop as I go. And you basically repeat this till you get all around to the outside. Okay, so under the one you just went under, and also under the next one. Then turn, go under the one I just went under, and under the next one. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah, they are super satisfying. Yeah, really fun. And I think I was chatting with Courtney about last night's stitch, and it was kind of, I think it was after a long day, and it started to feel a little overwhelming with the Pekingese stitch. But then as she got going, she couldn't stop. So I think this is like one of those things, is another one of those satisfying stitches. As you're lacing or weaving, it just sort of, comes together, and that repetition kind of resets your brain a little bit and helps you just relax and enjoy making the stitch. And it seems a little complicated when you first start, but once you find your rhythm, it goes pretty quickly, and it does look really cool when you're done. So I'm not gonna do the entire thing, because that would probably take forever. But let's say I go all the way to the outside, and then to finish it, I would basically just wrap back around and go down. Oops, I hope I was in the frame there, because I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, so if I wanted to end it, I would just go back around over the spoke I just went under, and then push down to the back to tack it down. So here's like a baby spider web. It's like an in-progress spider web, ribbed spider web. Okay, and then what you could do, oh good, phew. I know, so I'm just like paying attention to the stitching. Hi Skooks, we're doing ribbed spider web today. I'm paying attention to the stitching, and I'm not paying attention to the camera, which is what I need to do both, but I get a little lost in my stitching sometimes. Okay, so you can switch colors too. Let's try a blue. So you could make your ribbing multiple colors for a fun effect. All right, so I think where did I go? I'm under here somewhere. I just came from here. I'm gonna come up on the next one without piercing through my other thread. Okay, so to continue in another color, you do the same thing. You come up from the back, and then you go under that closest spoke and go under again. So this time it wraps around it, and then before you come back up, you can get ready for the next one by positioning your needle under the next spoke as well. Does that make sense? Talking to myself here. I was like, does that make sense? And then I have to wait 20 minutes for an answer because of the delay. Something to keep you company. Oh, good. I told you I was going to send you some Miracle Grow, huh? Okay. So again, it's easier if you go eye end first to weave. Okay. And then under two. So you're going around the one you just went under, and then coming out from the one next to it. Okay. And you just work your way around. Okay. Ooh, cupcakes. All right, I think I've told you guys before, my eyes are going really bad. I really need to get some bifocals or whatever, those progressive lenses. And at first when I saw Marilyn's comment, I'm like, what is that emoji? And it looked like a potato to me. I had to like, do the old lady look and tip my head so that my glasses are on the end of my nose to see, and I'm like, oh, it's a cupcake. Okay, so here you go. Work your way around. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stop it here because I want to get into the bingo board itself. All right, so here's how you can kind of do rings of it, like different colors if you want, okay? All right, so let's set that aside and let's get to the actual bingo board. Okay. So, mine's in the corner here. Yes, she's in the metaphorical desert. What's the matter, Laura? Why'd you say ugh? Is everything okay? Are you having trouble with your web, or are you ugging for skooks? Is it a sympathetic or an empathetic ugh? Okay, let's get it in the hoop. Or are you all tangled up in your thread? I don't know, it could be any number of things. Okay, let's tighten that up. I know. We'll all take this sympathy. You're running out of thread? Oh no! Oh no! Wow, you must have done a lot of stitching. Have you done a lot of stitching with full strands? Oh, Laura, I'm so sorry you're running out of thread. I hope you have enough to get through today. Or are you running out of thread for the weaving part? Is that it? Are you running out of thread in general for the whole board, or are you running out of thread on your needle right now? Okay, so let's see. I am going to make my, you know what I'm going to do, since I just kind of showed you how you can handle just the one color. I'm going to do one in the where it crosses, so you can kind of see what that might look like. So, oh, I need a circle. I need something to trace. What can I use? I need something to trace. I don't have any quarters. What's this? Well, maybe this will work. It's my daughter's pencil sharpener. Okay, the piece is too short. Yes. Okay, so you would just go back down in the back, tie it off, rethread, and start where you left off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a circle over two colors. And I'm going to use this to trace a circle. I will just about use anything as a template to trace. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. And then, gosh, I should bring a ruler next time too, because I'm not in the center of my grid. Okay, and then let's do this. 2, 3. Okay, so here's how I'm going to set this one up. Okay, so I'm going to take my purple thread and I'm going to do the spokes that are in the purple section. I made it a little easier for myself by making the center where the two colors meet. That'll make it a little bit easier. Remember to watch out for your extra fabric, that you don't end up sewing through that as well. Okay? Okay, so that's the purple half of the spokes to set up. I'm going to tie this off. And on any of these stitches that you're weaving, I would suggest you do tie it off if you're not a knot person and you just like to weave. I think for these types of stitches where you're having to tug on them a lot and weave under them, it's probably a good idea to put a knot in, because it just stabilizes that stitch, those spokes, a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to go back with the green and set up the other side, the other 6 spokes here. Okay. So for the ribbed spider, it doesn't matter whether you make an even number of spokes or an odd number of spokes. And it will just, I guess, depend on how much ribbing you want to see. Bigger circles, probably more spokes will be better. It'll give you a rounder shape and less angular. And smaller circles, you can probably get away with less. Okay. So this is what it looks like if I'm going to kind of split the colors, all right? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do to weave it. I like to weave clockwise, as I said before. So I'm going to come up between the green and the yellow spokes over here. And I'm going to go under this green and under again as I jump over to the next one. Okay. All right, and then what I'm going to do is instead of going under the purple, I'm just going under this last green one. And then I'm going to go back down into the fabric here where the colors meet. Okay? And then I'm going to turn my hoop again and I'm going to come back up over here. Okay? So I'm going to skip these. All right? And now I'm going to repeat. So I'm going to go under again, or loop it over, go under again, and then under the second, and turn. And as I work, I continue to turn my hoop. So you're not moving your hands all over, you're just turning the hoop so that you're in a comfortable position. Okay, and then I go back down again, just above the last spot that I went back down in. I'm going to bypass all that purple. Okay, and you can slide the ribbing over. Okay, so you start to do that section there. So now I come back up, I skip all the purple, I come back up on the other side again, right where the two colors border each other. Come up, weave under, and then to the second, around that second and to the third. Okay, around the third, but not to the purple one. And then go back down in. Okay. Yes, this is exactly what Hannah just said. Okay, now I come up on this side. Hannah just said, for anyone who joined later, Bonnie is showing how to do a 2-color ribbed spiderweb, which I think is really fun. But I don't know if everyone else agrees with me, because it might be frustrating for some until you get the hang of it. Imagine if you tried to do it with 3. That would be really crazy. That would maybe hurt my brain a little bit. That's like a lot to think about. But maybe not. Once you get the hang of it, maybe not. Okay, so back down in. Okay. All right, now I'm going to come back to this side. Again, I bypass all the purple. I keep pulling onto these other threads on my pincushion. I need to tuck them out of the way. Okay. So under, well, over and then under the next. I'm trying to weave super fast too, or as fast as I can, because I don't want to keep everybody too long. Okay. So I think I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to switch to the purple. It's basically the same idea with the purple. Okay. And then I will probably finish it at some other point, because I made a really big circle. I probably shouldn't have made it so big. Got a little too excited, I guess. Forgot how long it takes to weave all of these. Okay. There you go. So I think that's enough to show you what that side looks like. So I'll tie this off. If you're, okay, so Skook said if you're just doing one color, you're just going through 2 at a time. And yes, correct. All the way around. Yep. If you're not getting too fancy with it, you can just do one color at a time. Like just fit it all within one, like within the color of thread you want to use. Okay, so now if I want to do the purple, oh, I don't have a lot of thread on here. That's not going to be good. Let's see. In the interest of time, I'm going to switch over to the 6 strand because I don't feel like separating it. Okay, and I have longer strand of thread. Okay, so what I would do with the purple, because again, I like to work, for me personally, I like to work clockwise. Have a great weekend, Marilyn. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I would then start from the center between these two, okay, and switch to the purple. And again, I would only do this purple half. So under, loop around, okay. So wrap around that first one and under the second one. Okay, I think I might have wrapped over that first one too many times, but that's all right. Okay, then I go back down. I need to get that out of the way. I can't see. Okay. Back down to the back. Don't get caught on all the loose threads. Oh no. Eek. There we go. I got caught in my own loop. Almost sewed myself to the hoop. Okay. And then I turn it and I come up on the other side. And because I have 6 strands on this purple, it might actually take me less times around to make it as wide as the other one, as the green version. Is that Maddie? Hi, Maddie. We're doing the ribbed spider web, and I'm showing you how to do it so that if you wanted to do multiple colors. But watch the replay to see, if you're not familiar with this stitch, definitely watch the replay to see the beginning on how to handle it just for a basic ribbed spider web. Okay, so I went back down in at that point. I'm going to come back up at the border here and go under, wrap around it once, and then under the other one. Oh, it's okay, Maddie. You have time to catch up. Tomorrow is our break or catch-up day, so yeah, you have time. No worries. Okay. And then I go back in, and I think I can do maybe one more, and then it should be 1 or 2 more, and then it would be about the same as the green. So then I come up on this side, go under. Okay. I really need to go with the eye end. It feels so much easier if you do the eye end. Okay, and then go back down. I think my tension's a little off on that. A little loose. Okay. I think I'll make 1 more for the purple and call it a day and let you guys go. All right, so under, loop around. But it does make a really cool effect. Takes a little patience. Okay. Yeah, my tension's kind of weird, but okay. So that is how you can switch your colors with the ribbed spider web over 2 different sections. All right. So as I said before, today is Friday. Enjoy your weekend. You guys get a break tomorrow, as do we. And then I will see you guys on Sunday. All right. Thanks for coming. Bye.